Let me say that it's with great honor and privilege that I present Reverend Robert Fuquay as the recipient for the honorary degree of Doctor of Divinity. Reverend Dr. Robert Fuquay Jr. was appointed the 5th senior pastor of St. Luke's United Methodist Church in 2011. Before moving to Indianapolis, Rob was the senior pastor of Williamson's Chapel United Methodist Church in Mooresville, North Carolina. He has led growing congregations in a variety of settings for several decades. Dr. Fuquay graduated from Pfeiffer College, now Pfeiffer University, in 1984 with a BA in religion and received his Master of Divinity degree from Candler School of Theology at Emory University in 1987. Rob is a passionate preacher and pastoral leader who values community, discipleship, and purpose. As a pastor to one of the largest churches in the denomination, Rob says that as he studies Jesus, he sees someone who shows grace to all people, and he wants to be part of a church that models that understanding. During his tenure, Rob has boldly advanced critical conversations within our church, advocating for racial equity and standing firmly for the rights of LGBTQIA individuals, partnering within the church to challenge traditional United Methodist Church policies that restricted same-sex marriages. Through his leadership, St. Luke's remains committed to embodying true inclusivity, proudly continuing its legacy of empowering female pastors and celebrating diversity at every level. Dr. Fuquay has also been instrumental in the life of CTS as a strong partner among faith leaders and as a member of the Faith in Action Advisory Board. He's a noted author and teacher whose books such as The God We Can Know, Take the Flag, and Which Way, Lord, are widely used in churches nationwide. His most recent work, On the Way to Bethlehem, offers an inspiring Advent journey. Rob and his wife Susan have 3 daughters and are enjoying the joys of grandparenting. And once again, I leave the script. Please join me in congratulating Rob, Susan, and their daughter Sarah, who blessed the Fuquays with their 3rd grandchild yesterday. By the way, you can put an asterisk on that. It was also Rob's birthday.
That's right.
So the guy's been busy, very busy. So they have 3 daughters and are enjoying grandparenting for sure. In Rob's free time, he loves hiking, golfing, traveling, and cheering on college basketball. A respected voice in the church and in our wider community, Dr. Fuquay continues to inspire through both word and witness. President Mellott, it is with immense pride and admiration that I present to you Reverend Dr. Robert E. Fuquay Jr. for the honorary degree of Doctor of Divinity, recognizing his outstanding contributions to the church and to the Indianapolis community.
Upon the recommendation and approval of the Board of Trustees and by the authority invested in me, I hereby confer on you, Reverend Rob Fuquay Jr., the Doctor of Divinity degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. We invest you with a hood for this degree. Congratulations. Good job.
It is with great honor and privilege that I present Mr. Mark Miller as the recipient for the honorary degree of Doctorate of Divinity. Music is humanity's most profound language, where dissonance resolves into harmony and diverse voices find unity. In this sacred interplay, we discover that our differences, when properly orchestrated, create not division, but transcendent beauty. The composer dares to put sound to air and call us into community. Mark Miller's compositions have become anthems of inclusion, resonating beyond sanctuary walls. His Draw the Circle Wide has transformed congregational singing across denominations, while Christ has broken down the wall, rallies churches committed to dismantling barriers. His versatility shines as he moves from pulpit to piano, Sweden to South Africa, directing his band Subject to Change, or teaching at Yale or Drew, or serving as associate professor of church music at Drew, and lecturer in sacred music at Yale. Miller has distinguished himself as a worship leader, an educator, and a performer. A lifelong United Methodist from a multi-generational clergy family, he has served as a lay delegate to the general conferences and vice chair of the Committee on Rules of Order. His Mark Miller Anthem series, featured on NPR's Pipe Dreams and NBC's Positively Black, showcases his artistic brilliance. As director of gospel and youth choirs at Marble Collegiate Church, he brings credentials from Yale and Juilliard to bear on his ministry. Miller's radical hospitality embodies values we cherish here at Christian Theological Seminary. His compositions don't merely sit on music stands, they march in protest, comfort the grieving, and invite the marginalized to God's table.
Yes.
Those experiencing his music aren't just listeners, they are transformed participants. Mm-hmm. President Mellott, I present Mark Miller, whose music gives voice to the voiceless, whose compositions have become the soundtrack of more than just church, for the honorary degree of Doctor of Divinity.
Upon the recommendation and approval of the Board of Trustees and by the authority invested in me, I hereby confer on you, Mr. Mark Miller, the Doctor of Divinity degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. We invest you with a hood for this degree. Congratulations.
It is with great honor that I present my classmate, the Reverend Dr. Cynthia Hale, for the Honorary Doctor of Divinity degree. You can read of her distinguished accomplishments in our bulletin. These are the words that I hope and pray you will receive that summarize her work. There are those of us, mere mortals, who break from the pack and distinguish ourselves. I once heard Bishop Vashti McKenzie say that African people receiving African bishops know within 5 minutes of a new bishop getting off the plane if that bishop will care for the people or care only for themselves. The meaning herein is that we can have titles and positions and authorities and multiple degrees and many distinguished accomplishments. but the only thing that truly matters is if we care for the people. Christian Theological Seminary celebrates the ministry of Dr. Cynthia Hale not because of all her titles and positions and authorities necessarily, but because with all of these, she has so magnificently and wonderfully cared for the people.
Yes, yes.
The quality of her ministry has been so just, so equitable, so true, that within 5 minutes of her getting off any plane anywhere, one senses that she cares for the people. Dr. Hale embodies and presents a sterling example of our core values for our students and for the world. In the interest of time, allow me to only mention a few. She affirms that all are created in the image of God and have inherent dignity. As a result, she works for justice for all. She promotes healing and wholeness throughout creation. She supports the vision of CTS with all her being and her life to be an academic learning community that gives witness to God's liberative, restoring, and life-affirming message. Dr. Hale is a model of servanthood, and that is why Christian Theological Seminary offers her this 6th doctorate of divinity degree. She is a role model, exemplar, elder, mentor, shepherd, preacher, teacher, encourager, supporter, and most of all, senior servant. On behalf of all people you have cared for, CTS commends you and thanks you for your service. President Mellott, it is with immense pride and admiration that I present to you the Reverend Dr. Cynthia Hale for the Honorary Degree of Doctor of Divinity, recognizing her outstanding contributions to the church and to the community at large.
Upon the recommendation and approval of the Board of Trustees, and by the authority invested in me, I hereby confer on you, Reverend Dr. Cynthia Hale, the Doctor of Divinity degree, with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. We invest you with a hood for this degree. Congratulations. Third time's the charm. All three. She's got all three. Perfect. Wonderful. Congratulations. It is my great honor to introduce you to the recipient of this year's Presidential Award of Excellence, Mr. Don Knebel. This award is presented to an alumnus or friend of the seminary whose life and accomplishments have earned the respect of their profession. That's right, she's right. And have made a significant contribution to the life of CTS. This year's recipient, Don Knebel, is an esteemed friend and supporter of CTS. He has completed 12 years of service on the Board of Trustees, was an architect of the Faith in Action Project, and has served for 10 years as a member of its advisory board. During his service as trustee, he offered his guidance and leadership on the trusteeship committee, served as chair of the advancement committee, and was a member of the executive committee, and chaired the presidential search committee that brought me to CTS. So I'm particularly happy about that. Don comes from a small rural crossroads community in Pulaski County, where he graduated from Star City High School. The most prominent business in his hometown was a feed mill. Don used his intellect to work his way through Harvard Law School and back to Indianapolis, where he has been a leader in the legal community for over 50 years. Don is committed to interfaith cooperation, actively promoting understanding and collaboration between different religious groups. He is known for his work with the Center for Interfaith Cooperation in Indianapolis, particularly with the Indy Festival of Faiths, a large one-day celebration of diverse religious groups. He also speaks frequently about comparative religion and religious history. Don has served CTS with intelligence, insight, diplomacy, and an authentic commitment to collaboration. His enthusiasm and passion for CTS's mission is palpable, and his humble volunteer service has enhanced the formation of countless CTS students and graduates. Don, it is an honor to count you as a member of the CTS community. We are proud to have you as a friend and as a neighbor in Indianapolis. Your kindness, loving presence, compassion, and servant's heart are truly a gift to us all. Friends of God, please join me in showing our gratitude and congratulations to Mr. Don Knebel, recipient of the 2025 Presidential Award of Excellence.